Hello and welcome to the CERN Control Centre, which last weekend witnessed the restart of the LHC machine just over 1 year after its initial launch on 10th September 2008. The atmosphere was electric as all eyes were trained on monitors showing protons circulating in opposite directions at an injection energy of 450 giga-electronvolts. Today I'm delighted to welcome Steve Myers, Director for Accelerators and Technology, who's going to tell us all about the restart of the machine. But let's first enjoy some of the images that were made specially to mark this historic milestone for the organisation.
July 14th, quarter to midnight. Second filling was last year, where we did the same thing for the LHC. The end of a long journey for many of the people who have been working on it, and a feeling of achievement, of joy, of all sorts of things.
So looking back at the images, are you satisfied with the headline, "The LHC is back"?
Yes, I'm very satisfied with it. I'm very happy about it as well. The LHC is certainly back.
Yeah, and after the incident of 19th September 2008, the LHC was set back by more than a year. Can you tell us what took so long to get back on track?
Well, it was a long procedure. There was the first thing, of course, we had to do was to do the repair. And the repair was complicated by the fact that we had to take the 53 magnets which were damaged, bring them upstairs to the SM18 to repair them, complete the repair, either repair or replace them, then bring them back down, put them back in their original position, hook them up to the rest of the machine, and then test them.
Right.
As well as that, there was damage done to the vacuum, so we had 4 kilometres of vacuum beam pipe to clean. This took quite a long time. Some of it was done in situ, and some was done actually up at ground level as well. New techniques had to be developed to do this in situ.
Yeah.
The third thing we had to do was ensure that there would be no collateral damage if ever in the future we had such an incident. And the way we've done this is we've added pressure relief valves to the machine on the dipoles. Now, probably the most significant thing which we had to do was a redesign of the magnet protection system. This magnet protection system has been totally redesigned. We had to install of the order of 250 kilometres of cable with something like 6,300 electronics cards. Yeah. And this system now is capable of detecting signals which are 3,000 times more sensitive than last year.
You were obviously very satisfied with the tests performed on the weekend of 23rd, 25th of October, when protons and ions were first injected back into the LHC ring. Last weekend, on Friday evening, the team captured both beams with the radio frequency system, and that was essentially done with 1 day ahead of schedule. So this demonstrates the quality of the work of the operations teams. Can you tell us in what way operating the LHC is different to the previous accelerator lab?
Well, the main difference is due to the fact that LHC is a superconducting machine. Superconducting, we mean superconducting magnets. Yeah. So the difference between the LHC and, for example, the SPS is mostly in the magnets. With respect to the previous machine, LEP, the difference is that LEP had many 288 superconducting cavities. Yeah. Superconducting cavities are a different beast from superconducting magnets. The major thing about superconducting magnets in a machine like the LHC is the stored energy in the coils. So you can have a stored energy in the LHC, which is equivalent to an aircraft carrier travelling at full battle speed. And we have to get rid of this energy in something like 20 or 50 seconds. So if you imagine trying to stop an aircraft carrier in 20 or 50 seconds, you realise the problems involved in that. Yeah. The second difference for the LHC is when we have a large amount of stored beam, then the beam energy becomes very significant. Yeah. The beam energy can melt something like a ton of copper, so if it's not well controlled, you could produce damage in the machine. So we have to be very careful to protect the magnets and protect the machine.
Absolutely. Our video team were in position throughout the weekend of 21st and 22nd November to film the restart for Eurovision. Let's take a look at some of the images.
Stefano is the boss, but it's Verena will fire the injection kicker to send the beam into the machine.
Verena, kickers are okay.
SPS cycle, CNGS1. SPS cycle, CNGS2.
Now you see
SPS cycle, CNGS1. LHC injection.
The beam is at point 3. That's about 3.5 kilometers.
Next shot.
LHC injection.
Yeah. Okay. Do it, not me.
1.
Yay!
All went well. It was slightly less easy than last year because we were stopped halfway through. We had a small quench of the superconducting magnet because we lost the beam. But after all, I think it was very successful. We managed to steer it all around the machine. So it was, I think, a very good success. We are all happy about that.
This is the first time we've captured beam 1. So in last year we had beam 2 circulating, but we only had a few turns of beam 1. So this is the first. And this tells us a lot of things. It tells us that the magnetic properties of the machine are good, that the aperture is clear, there's nothing sticking into the beam pipe anywhere. So it's a very, very encouraging sign and remarkable progress.
Opening in 10 seconds.